Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Karak Project. I cannot believe that this is the 10th episode of Karak Project and I'm so blessed. We are so blessed to have you guys as our viewers. And if this is the first time watching, I'm Hanan.
Hi guys, I'm Syed. So as you guys know that our video went crazy viral on TikTok guys, and also thank you so much guys for the support and following us on our Instagram, our TikTok page, and also subscribing to our YouTube channel.
And I'm Ahmad Bafadhal. Of course, this show would not be possible if it's not for our main partners and supporters and sponsors, Gusto Showroom, Mighty Fine Bros, and you guys viewers out there, supporters, thank you so much. Episode 10 is a milestone guys, right? So tonight we have a very special episode. Syed, why is Hanan sitting here?
I don't know.
I don't know, right? Maybe you want to introduce our special guest tonight?
Okay guys, so our very special guest tonight is none other than Adzfar. Who is Adzfar?
Yeah.
Hanan's husband!
Siapa tu?
Welcome to the Karak set, bro.
Thank you for having me here.
Hey,
Thank you
hi.
for coming in.
I'm Hanan.
Nice to meet you. Before I start, I have to say I'm here on my own free will. Nobody forced me to come, and my wife is the nicest, sweetest person in the world.
Aww.
All voluntary. Nobody forced me.
Yep. That's right. He wasn't forced.
He wasn't forced, right? Okay, so Adzfar, how was your week? How has it been?
Okay. I mean, quite uneventful. As with my life generally, nothing really interesting happens on a day-to-day basis. But you know, along the way over the years, there have been a few things that have happened, I guess. And yeah, I'm very excited to share, you know, the stories or things that have happened to me. And just want to say from the start that generally growing up, I maybe lucky or coincidental, but I don't really see or really feel anything. So
Wow, he's very down.
Yeah,
straight to the point.
Sometimes straight to the point. You know, I don't waste time. You know, just keep it efficient. But yeah, so I've always questioned, you know, the existence of certain things. But I believe that in life, just because something doesn't manifest as evidence doesn't mean it's not true. Yeah, the absence of something doesn't mean the existence of something else. Not the case. And you know, it's interesting because my wife doing this show, and she shares with me a lot, sometimes too much, but of the good things that she shared, it's helped me to start understand and put pieces of the puzzle together of things that I didn't understand when I was younger. And now when I talk to all these wonderful people here, I actually start realizing how they're all connected, and that, you know, whatever that I might have experienced, there are certain patterns and factors, I guess, that, you know, repeat, and definitely more of a believer now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So which episode was your most favorite one?
Oh man, that's always a trick question to ask any guy. In life, no favorite, all equal. Unless it's your wife, then favorite. Yeah. Must say that. So yeah, I think each episode generally, you know, has very unique aspects of each, and they're all very enjoyable in their own way. Yeah, but I think if I had to, you know, rate them and pick a favorite, let's say you point a gun to my head and say, you know, choose one, I think I have to say until now, right, my favorite is still the one with Haelarix Baba. Yeah.
Oh,
I like that one.
Episode 2.
Yeah, but I think it's personal preference, because when I hear stories, I like to feel as though I'm there and I can imagine it. That's why I like reading, one of my hobbies, reading books, because I like being able to use my own imagination. And a good writer is someone that can transport you to a place and you start really imagining and building it in your head. And the way that Haris was explaining his experience, I felt I was there with him. It was so vivid, and he's very good with explaining details and then trying to, you know, bring in other examples that normal people are familiar with in order to really picture it in your head. Yeah, I mean, come on lah, right? Those are the good old days when you didn't have your smartphone, social media. What was your entertainment?
Yeah.
Right, comic books, you know, things that physical, you touch and feel, right? We need to bring that back.
Growing up, I used to just talk to myself in the mirror. Just
Mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Not just growing up, she still does it. Yeah.
Oops. Okay, so guys, so tonight is a family edition episode. So tonight we have Hanan's husband. Okay. Syed,
Still husband, yeah.
Yeah.
Still the same one.
Still the same one,
Wow.
no change.
What's the most scariest encounter that you? What's the most scariest story that you have?
Okay, we're going right into it now?
Yes, let's go right into it.
Okay. I think tonight I've been asked to share not one, not two, but three. One shot of having 4 wives, yeah. So 3 stories only, not 4 tonight. And yeah, maybe I would like to start with something that perhaps impacted me because firstly, this didn't happen in Singapore. So my assumption is that, you know, the experiences that people had is generally tied to like maybe family heritage, things at home. And when you travel, I always assume that, you know, all these things don't follow you or don't happen generally. But to set the scene, all right, it was 2010. This is 11 years ago. It was the World Cup year, I remember. And I was overseas in the Middle East on a work attachment for quite a few months. And I was doing a homestay with a Singaporean family that has been in the Middle East. I refuse to say the country. I don't want to scare anyone. So when I was there, homestay, and the family that took care of us was away. They were doing Umrah. So we were alone in the house. When I say we, I mean there were 2 other schoolmates of mine, 2010. So 3 of us alone in the house. And I remember one night I was, we all went to bed as per usual. And I had this horrible dream, this nightmare, not dream, nightmare. And it was very vivid. So I dreamt that I was in a mall in that Middle East country. And there was a war going on. Which is funny because, you know, there's actual wars going on there now in the Middle East. But this was before all that, 2010. And I was in a jewelry shop and surrounded by Middle Eastern soldiers speaking Arabic. It's very loud, I can hear. And they're firing the machine guns. And you can smell gunpowder. So I've been lucky to be able to smell gunpowder when I was younger. So I know what it smelled like. And I felt like it was real because, you know, you could smell the machine gun powder and the smoke, and I started crying in the nightmare, not real life.
Okay.
In the nightmare,
Okay.
I cried like a little baby because I felt that it was real. You know, you could really. I felt like physical pulling. The soldiers were asking me to go down and cover your head, and then they were killing. And
Was it loud?
it was very, very, very loud. Yeah. So at that moment, right, just when I was crying and I thought that I was going to die, I woke up. And I remember I woke up, but you're kind of like in a semi-awake state right out of a dream. But I'm aware I'm awake because my eyes are open. And I wear contact lenses, so I couldn't see. It was a bit blurry. But I slept on my side, so I'm looking out the window that had no curtains in the room where there were 2 other people. And as I looked out the window, there was this floating head.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Without a body?
No body. I couldn't really see the head, but it looked like a ball, and it was floating this way across the window, and it was laughing.
Oh my god.
Wait,
And
what's that thing
It,
called again?
it was,
Penanggal,
but
right?
this is the Middle East, so
Yeah, it's
I
in
don't
the
know what the
Middle East.
equivalent is. But yeah, but it was laughing. But the laugh was that of like a child, like a toddler.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare, yeah.
But you woke
Half
up.
nightmare. I woke up, so it was moving like this. And you know, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I was like, what was that? And then I got out of bed. My eyes are still open, and I turned on the lights, and I woke up all my friends. And then they looked at me panicking because I was pale, I was shaking, and I was like sweating. So we all, you know, just woke up, like ambil air semayang and all that, and then prayed straight away, and then just went back to bed.
What time was it? Do you remember?
It was like maybe 3 plus in the morning.
Wow.
3 plus in the
That's
morning,
normally
4
the
a.m.
time, right?
around there.
Yeah.
And I remember because so in the Middle East they start work very early. Like reporting time is like 7 a.m. But people go home by 3 p.m. I was working in a government linked company, so they start very early. Like right after subuh, you all go to work, and then after like Zohor time, nobody really has lunch. 3 p.m. then you go home. So that was the routine generally. Yeah, so about 3 plus 4 in the morning, and to me that was an eye-opening experience because I always assume that, you know, when you go overseas as a tourist, you don't know what the local culture is.
Yeah.
So I always assume this, also the parallel universe in a sense, they have their own communities and they stick to that. So as a tourist, like, you know, find it unusual to have that barrier in a sense crossed lah. Back then I don't have any friends to talk to about this, so I don't understand the experience, but I still took it as a dream and I kept telling myself maybe I was imagining, but you know, yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, sorry, which level was it?
The house?
The house.
So it's a landed property, it was second floor.
Second floor, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. In Middle East.
Middle East.
Wow. Terbang jauh dia terbang eh?
Yeah. But how does the laughter sound like? Like was it
If you
eerie?
watch Friends, just to lighten it a bit, if you watch Friends, if you remember the episode where
Wow.
when Ross did a rap for Emma, the baby,
Okay.
and then Rachel came back and then he was telling Rachel like, oh, this is how Emma was laughing, and then he imitated the laugh like, right, that laugh. It was exactly like that. It's like a teenager or an adult trying to mimic the laugh of a child.
Ooh.
It wasn't like a child laugh, it was like an adult mimicking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was it felt very strange, but that definitely wasn't a dream. I knew I was awake already at that point of time.
Would you say that normally you can see all these things?
Definitely not.
Growing up, were you the kind who can see this? In other words, were you an indigo or do you have third eye? No.
I'm pretty sure I don't.
I know I should have asked this question before we got married lah. Actually.
But I can see you, so what does it mean?
Wow.
So do you used to get these kind of dreams before this, or was that the first time?
Okay. Yeah, so I think I shared with my wife before as well. I don't think I'm able to see because I've never really. But for some reason, maybe just me, but in my family, I tend to have a lot of nightmares.
Oh, okay.
Like
so
a lot.
comes to you through dreams.
I don't know what comes to me. I always assume it's just the brain just going into a state of like releasing stress, and therefore you have nightmares. That's my assumption. I don't know. There might be other reasons, but I did. I don't understand theories, but I recognize patterns, so I try to make notes and memory of that. But growing up, I think my mom knows that I have quite a lot of nightmares.
So
it's consistent.
That wasn't the worst nightmare that you had. There were encounters where you had even.
Yes. I think I've quite a few nightmares and some repeating nightmares. Yeah, but should I go to my second story?
Okay, before that, why not? Let's go for a quick break. Alright, welcome back everyone to episode 10 of Current Project. So earlier on we have Adzfar, who has just shared about a bodiless being floating in a house, outside the house in the Middle East. Okay, so Adzfar, just now you mentioned something about nightmares and all that, where you can see, you have a lot of bad dreams. So take it away.
Yeah, wow, okay. Well, thanks for that. Yes, and a good lead in, I guess, to
Yes.
the second story. Before I get to the second story, yes, let's explore this concept about nightmares a bit more. So, I've never really thought much about it, but yeah, I did have quite a few nightmares, and I'll share some of the recurring ones and where it happened. For some reason, in my living room, or where I grew up at home, whenever I accidentally fall asleep downstairs, and it's happened a few times, I always have this same nightmare. And the nightmare is that I'm in the living room alone, there's a dead body right my living room floor, and it's covered in white cloth lah, right? White cloth. But the body, the head is facing directly opposite the Qiblat direction.
Oh.
So, because the Qiblat at my house diagonal,
What? Okay.
that's where your head is, right? This body is the other way around, so the legs are pointing that way.
Alamak.
Okay, and then I'm looking down at the body, and I'm all alone in the house, and it's night time, and there's just a dead body there, covered. I don't know who. And then the cover of the face will come off slowly,
Oh my god.
and it's a family member of mine. Not direct family. It's an extended family member that I know very well growing up. It's a lady, and it's her. She is clearly like passed on, but her eyes are open, and she's mumbling something in a language I don't understand.
Ooh.
And the hair on the back of my neck stands up again.
It's not Arabic, it's not like...
I don't know what it is, but it's in a very weird voice and a low voice. And I've had this same dream, yeah, like twice or 3 times already. And it always happens when I fall asleep in the living room. I don't know why. That's one. Another recurring dream I have is growing up in my house. I stayed on the 2nd floor, and the 2nd floor overlooks an apartment building that has a big garden. A big garden, okay? And I've had this dream quite a few times. And my late great-grandma stayed with us until she passed on. And I remember every time in the dream, I go to the 2nd floor, the bedroom, because I used to stay with her when I was young on the 2nd floor. And it's nighttime, the window is open, the grill is open, and I look out, and on the bench, there's this bench, is my late great-grandma. She's sitting there looking at me.
Directly?
Directly at me. It is dark, and there's a lot of like fog around. And then she slowly then turns into the lady in white. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes. And I've had this dream quite a few times, but each time is a bit different. So sometimes she transforms and then I wake up. Sometimes she transforms and flies towards the window.
Oh my god,
Yes.
what?
And sometimes she's at the window, but we are playing catching.
What?
And not scary, that's the weird part. I'm playing catching with it, right? But I don't feel scared. Like, we're just running around from room to room.
Oh.
I can't explain it.
Does she laugh or...
No sound.
Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna interject and say, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have the same kind of dreams, or you guys know a little bit of a understanding of the dream, just comment down in the comment section below. I just want to know whether is there anyone out there who had the same kind of dreams as Adzfar here, clearly. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so it's becoming a theme now, these dreams, right? Maybe I felt that's the way that.
But what does that
communicates.
even mean, say? Like,
Yeah, what does it actually mean?
yeah.
Did he ever shared with you about this?
I
or-
mean, okay, so honestly, when Adzfar shares with me his horror dreams and stuff like that, I'm usually half asleep lah, half awake, half asleep, half awake.
Okay.
Not just
on
then,
the
all
day.
the time she's half asleep when I talk to her.
So
and
you
then-
only wake her up and then you tell her, oh, I'm actually having a
Yeah,
nightmare.
yeah.
She's the nearest person to me usually.
Yeah,
I
like,
just
oh.
grab her.
Yeah.
So do you panic when you wake up, or you're
He-
always
You-
like,
he would-
you should
he
ask
would
her, yeah.
usually jump up of bed,
Uh-huh.
and then he'll be sweating, he'll be looking left, right,
Yeah.
and then he'll be like, oh my god, I just had this dream, I need to share with you, Then I'll be half awake, and of course, I honestly do believe that, you know, there is always godaan when you sleep, especially. And I always like make it a point to like baca-baca, you know, like try my best to calm him down as much as I can. And I try not to be as scared also, because I feel like growing up, you won't, it's not helping the situation, you know,
Yeah.
if you're both scared. And growing up, I also I was staying with my parents, obviously, and my mom would usually, when that happens to me growing up, my mom would just baca kan to me, and then I feel like for all those times, I know she's scared now. I know my mom would be scared, but she always have this very strong front for me, and then she'll always baca for me. So I think it just got passed down to me. So whenever whoever there is, I mean, Adzfar was sleeping beside me, and then he'll be like, hey, this is happening, and then we baca. It's either that or we straight away semayang, just wudu and semayang, just to macam cleanse ourselves from that very bad dreams lah, you know. Yeah.
There was one recent, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think she was so shocked because it was so real, the dream. I jumped out, I grabbed her,
Yeah.
and I
Oh.
looked around because I'm like, is it here? Oh my god.
How
Oh
recent
Yeah.
is
my
it?
god.
I think about a month ago.
About a month maybe
Oh.
ago.
A month and a
Quite
half
recent,
ago,
and I
yeah.
still remember the dream.
Yeah.
Quite vividly.
Oh,
Yeah.
but how frequent did this dream reoccur? I mean, like comes.
Well, I mean, it's like in like phases. You know,
I feel like it's tagged on to something that you did,
Is it?
like running.
could be, yeah. So
Yeah.
good, about running,
Yeah.
and I think the second story then is probably my closest experience, and until today I cannot forget. It
Okay.
was quite
Yeah.
but it's an interesting story because you only realize it like after
Yeah.
the fact. After the fact.
And
so.
the best part about it is there's a lesson learned from this story
Yeah,
that he's going
yeah.
to tell you.
So I'll share this with you. It was the year 2007.
Wow, I feel like we are on the set of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, it was 2007.
Yeah.
I was in national service, not in camp. I was in civil defense, so we worked operational. One day you work, 2 days you're off. So I remember it was my first day off, and I had IPPT coming up. So as with any good national service boy, you train, you want to run, right? But the thing about working a 24-hour shift is that you're very tired.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I slept all the way until maybe midnight or 1 a.m. I can't remember. It was very, very late. And I woke up feeling awake, energized because, essentially you slept. And I'm like, I'm going for a run. Okay. And this was the year where I think iPhones were not really out yet or not really well adopted. So I had that Walkman phone with a very loud speaker. So at 2 a.m. in the morning, I decided I'm going for a run. I brought my handphone with me. I blasted, I think it was Avenged Sevenfold. I remember the song still, Avenged
Wow.
Sevenfold, like really hardcore. And I'm
Who
running.
are you?
Who are
Yeah.
you?
Don't worry, you didn't marry that guy. He's long gone. So I was running around my estate, and I have to explain something. I stay in the east, near Siglap area, and people who stay around Siglap, Kembangan, know this place quite well. There is a kubo near
Oh.
Flamingo Court there. There
Oh,
is
is it?
a small cemetery there.
Yeah.
I think maybe the makam there also, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really
Oh, I
familiar.
didn't know about this.
It's very strange because the area is developed, but this kubo for some reason is quite small, like maybe 20 meters long. I don't know, not very big. But until now, it's still there. I don't know why. And number two, very interesting about this place, there is barbed wire. It is fenced up, and there's a CCTV camera
Okay.
on it. I never asked why. I don't know. But there's a CCTV camera. It's all
That's for us
fenced
to
up.
find out and tell you guys.
So
What's going on?
at 2 a.m. I run around my usual route. I don't really run late at night. So this is unusual. It's probably the first time for me. I run full music, Siglap. I go up the hill, down the hill. I finished my run. I went home, showered, about 4-5 a.m. Watch a bit of TV, and I went to sleep. Like after subuh around there. I'm sleeping. Okay. And then I remember that night, I mean, I call it morning now, it's morning already,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I had this nightmare, I remember. It was very strange. I dreamt I was in an open field, okay? And then at the end of the field, I see this like nenek. She's like wearing kebaya,
Okay.
okay? And she's like waving at me from very far away.
Was
But I
she
can see
sitting,
her.
standing?
She's standing
Standing.
up, so we're facing each other. It's an open field with trees. It's like half daylight. It's almost like Maghrib time like that.
Okay.
In the nightmare.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
she's waving at me, and then I start feeling the hair on the back of my neck stand up, but she's still waving. I turn to start running. I run, but then there's a hurricane coming my way, so I'm running but I'm not moving, and then I start freaking out, and then I wake up.
Okay.
Okay, first night. Second night now, I'm going to bed. I sleep. I have another nightmare.
Okay.
Okay, this
Yeah,
time.
first nightmare are quite scary.
Yeah.
Is it?
honestly.
Okay. I mean,
It's actually very
so used to it.
scary.
Okay. Second night, I have a nightmare. Again, I'm a bit different now. We are in a forested area. Not really forested. Okay, it's like how to explain? Fort Canning,
Yeah.
Mount Faber kind of vibe. So there's
Okay.
like pokok-pokok, then there's like a concrete stairs that goes down.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at the top of the concrete stairs.
Okay.
Okay, surrounded by trees, there's a lamppost and all. It's also about Maghrib time. I'm going down the stairs. I look down at the end of the flight of the stairs. Is the same nenek.
Seriously.
Exactly the same in the King's Kebaya. And she's looking up at me and waving.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, okay, what? And then I start feeling the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I turn, I start to run, hurricane again.
What?
I cannot run, and this time I can sense she's coming up behind me, and I was like, whoa, okay, and then that was it, disappeared. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm
and
still
then
surprised at how you can wake, like still go through like the same kind of nightmare a few other times and stuff, and you still, I mean, okay, yeah, you were saying, no, I'm still trying to digest the whole thing.
But
Because
I think
it's quite,
because
I mean,
from young I've had many nightmares, so I always don't think about it.
Yeah.
So I wake up, I said okay. But the unusual thing, the second one when I
the
woke up,
nightmares are very extreme.
Yeah,
like,
very.
okay.
And the problem about it is he remembers it, you know.
Yeah,
I
it's a
remember all of
nightmare
them.
you can remember
Yeah.
forever.
I don't know if it's usual or not.
lucid lah.
But okay.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, the second one, that was a bit strange because I had a bit of sleep paralysis. I felt something was pushing on me. That was second night. The next night, no dream. The next night, no dream. And then I think on the fifth night, this was already like I think on Friday, right?
Okay.
So Thursday night, sorry, before Friday. Thursday
Malam-
night.
Malam Jumaat.
Thursday night, yes, it was Thursday night. I had another dream. Another dream, this time, football pitch. I remember this, football pitch, not playing football, but people playing football. People playing football. I remember this. And I'm walking on the pitch to a bunch of people playing football. I don't know who they are. Suddenly, they all look at me. They all run. Every single one of them, the players run the other way. And this time, I don't know what's behind me. I can't see, but I start running. I don't know what's behind me.
Can you run?
I cannot run. Hurricane comes again.
Are you feeling it right now?
Oh.
I am feeling the hair.
I can see your head standing.
Yeah, it's all standing up now. I can see it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can sort of see it too. I'm really okay, never mind.
Okay, what? Sorry again, what?
I'm sort of seeing it too right now.
Oh.
That's why I'm asking him. Okay, continue.
Okay, so yeah, I'm getting goosebumps, but
I
I'm
mean,
just
I'm
thinking
someone
about
who
it.
actually goes through, I have nightmares, but yours are like extreme.
Right?
Like, I feel like there's a story behind it or something, but yeah,
So
it's really extreme. Hanan, take note.
I mean, this was years ago. This was like 14 years ago.
But nowadays, I mean, the most recent one you had was a month ago.
Month ago.
Yeah,
That
was
would be
it this
different lah.
extreme?
Definitely
Or-
not.
Yes.
Definitely
Yeah.
not.
Definitely
Not in that intensity lah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
But the kicker of this story, and this is what I think
Okay.
really cemented my belief, and you have to acknowledge that things do exist.
Yeah.
It's all well learned. I think we're lucky because as Muslims, we learn about this when we are in school as well. So it's good that all of us were exposed early on. And we're not like told like no, all this is nonsense, no such thing. So the kicker is this in the story. This was third night, Malam Jumaat, right? So on Friday night, I hang out with my friends years ago, and I was telling them this story. If you remember Orchard Road, Wheelock Place, okay, the basement, where the Starbucks is, beside
Yeah.
Starbucks used to
where
be.
the cool people
Yeah,
used
actually, I
to
heard
hang
a lot
out.
of things
people
about this
hanging
place.
out, right?
Yeah, but I heard a lot of things about this
Yeah,
place.
I
That
heard
place.
a lot of
Okay.
things.
I
about
was
it.
there.
It's not only cool
There.
people.
Okay. Actually, I never get to go there lah.
we went on a date there.
Oh, did we?
Yes, when they changed it to
Hanan.
Wendy's.
Huh, really?
Yeah.
What was that?
You lost your makeup?
Oh my god, yes, Wendy's.
Wendy's. So
Yes.
this was
Oh.
way before. This was when
Wendy's.
it was Burger King.
Yeah.
And you know the kind where they had the stone benches kat luar? Basement there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so and then the stone benches, I was hanging out there, a bunch of like 5 of us, sitting down, chit-chatting, and I have a good friend, and he's very, very quiet, like completely silent, and just looking at the table or looking at the floor. So after like 20 minutes, right, and this is really 10 plus at night, I turned to him and I asked him like, hey bro, are you okay? And then he looks at me, he was like, yeah, I'm okay. Then he asked me, how are you? I'm like, I'm fine. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah. And then he looks down again. And then he looks up at me and then he asks, hey, can I ask you something? I'm like, yeah, why? He's, have you been anywhere recently or has anything strange been happening to you? So I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, okay, don't freak out. I just telling you this like very honestly, okay? But I just need to tell you this. For the last like half an hour you've been here, I'm sitting down, okay? There's been this old lady sitting behind you on the ledge right behind you.
Oh my
I don't know who she is, but she's staring at you for the last half an hour. And I was like, okay, what? Then he said, is she wearing this kebaya, this colour? And I'm like, oh my god, I've been dreaming about this lady. Then he was like, okay, she is literally right behind you right now and she's just staring at you and I don't know what you did, but yeah, she's right there. So, he was like, you better go home, talk to your parents and yeah. So I did, I told my parents about it, we had some dua, we prayed and all that, and then that was it. No more nightmares ever about that incident. Whew. Yeah.
Oh my
So that was
God.
my, I think, closest experience. Again, I think at that point of time, the fact that my friend, and he can see these things, I just found out, him confirming, and the fact that he could describe the Nini so well, I didn't tell him anything. He described it
It was exactly
perfectly.
the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how was it? As in,
Can you
the
explain?
details.
Yeah.
Of the lady?
Yeah.
Oh no, he said it just looked like an old lady, Malay lady
Okay.
in kebaya.
Okay.
What color?
It was like brownish something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a batik?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's one of those old school type. Yeah, and that she's like staring at you the whole time.
I see.
Red eyes? Or...
No, he didn't really no red eyes.
Normally it's called nenek kebaya.
Yeah, but it's not so bongkok, right?
He didn't explain to that level,
Oh, okay.
but she was like sitting and.
But in your dream?
in my
when she
dream,
was
no.
waving?
In my dream, I didn't get the sense of like
How
or like
exactly,
scared. Yeah,
yeah.
it looked like a normal
I
person.
see.
I just have this feeling, right, that Adzfar's encounters, macam, I think he is brave enough.
Yeah.
Macam I think his faith is strong enough that semua dia cakap macam it is not scary
Tapi
at that
actually scary,
moment.
yalah.
But I cannot imagine Zia being in your situation.
Yeah.
Especially like, I mean, we always watch horror movies and stuff like that, right? And of course we get scared, we don't want to see. But every time when Adzfar explains his horror shows, horror dreams, he seems to be very calm and collected. Which I feel is part of his iman lah, right? I mean, I can't imagine like being in his shoes in that sense.
But I think there must be a reason why you had to witness in the dream,
Yeah.
this kind of things.
Would it be like
Yeah.
I really don't understand why these things. Okay, so I'm guessing Adzfar cannot see things,
Like directly,
right?
yeah.
Like of things, and because of that, they are trying to goad him through his dreams, like
Yeah.
disturb him through his dreams, and
Correct.
and to see whether his iman is strong enough
Yeah.
to shaken
Like they
that.
find other ways to
Yeah.
distract
Yeah.
him, and
Yeah.
he can't see it, but then it's like telling him, okay, this is this, you
Yeah.
know, in a form of a dream.
And I guess like there are lessons to be learned lah from this, right? Would you care to explain what is the lesson that
What's
you
the lesson?
learned?
Wow, lessons I've learned. Yes.
No, from that story
from that
of
story
running.
Of running. If you're gonna run, choose your route carefully, plan. Number 2, please don't blast loud music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you must remember that you're being an inconsiderate
Yeah lah,
person lah.
same.
Not just in this world, but in the other
Realm.
realms as well. You
Especially
are being a
when
nuisance.
there is like a cemetery nearby.
Correct. So now when I run, I share with you, right? When I run, I'm very particular. I always look at the ground. I don't step on any of the, especially like, you know, people burn money on that, candle wax on that. I'm very particular. I would hop around it like hot stones. Always avoiding. I'll go wide. And I always respect. And if I pass by an altar, which is quite a lot around the areas where we stay, I
Especially
always-
today, this month is the
Yeah.
Hungry.
Yeah.
and there's a lot around the area, I always make it a point to look down and bow down. I never look up. I bow down, or I say passing through, or say
Just,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single time I always do that. Yeah. Although funnily, is this considered a story? Recently,
Yes.
the one it was linked to that.
there's
The
a
lesson
story.
learned lah. It's a
Lesson learned. I was running just behind on the way to Bedok Reservoir, so Ubi. There's all this industrial estate, Bartley Road, all the way
Okay.
down. And I was on the phone with her. I remember because I was having like maybe heat stroke, man. I was so
Yeah,
like
Oh my God.
running at 1
Okay.
p.m.
Yeah.
very hot and ran out of water. So I called her. I said, "Oh my God, I think I'm gonna like pass out already. I need to go back." And all this time I was walking, I didn't realize I was walking off the path, and I ended up walking on this random concrete path to the middle of nowhere. I didn't see. And I felt like I was gonna step on something. So I stopped. I looked down, and I was like in a
Surrounded.
circle of like rice offerings with candles. And I was like, whoa. I was like, oh my God, I almost stepped on this. And I looked around me, I was like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how I ended up on the path. I was tengah hayal on the phone, like video, FaceTime with my wife. So I immediately stopped. I kept saying sorry, apologize, and I walked backwards. Slowly. I kept bending down, I said, I'm so sorry, I didn't see. Back. And then I continued running.
This was like Dr. Malik's story, remember?
Yeah.
He backtrack
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
I was truly apologetic because I didn't mean to disturb anything. So I get very pantang around the altars when they burn. I try to go one big round around every single time. I always bend down. Yeah.
But nothing so far.
No,
Okay.
nothing.
So I mean, just to touch on the dreams, right? It seems like you have this thing called lucid dreaming. I mean, those people who have lucid dreaming, it's very, very rare that you can remember your dream after you wake up. I mean,
Okay.
it's very, very rare. And for you to remember until today, the
Yeah.
details and all that, I think it's really lucid dreaming lah. And people say when you are lucid dreaming, you're actually in control of your dreams, and you're actually traversing different realms.
Okay.
That's why I feel maybe like in real life, like you cannot really see, but in that realm or in the
Yeah.
like dream punya realm, you can
It's like
actually
a
travel.
teleporter.
Teleporter, yeah,
Right.
something like that,
You
which
know,
is cool.
it's funny you mentioned this. I want to say something
Yeah.
as well. I don't know how real it is, but I've had a couple of dreams where in the dream, I'm aware I'm dreaming, and I tell myself this: I'm
Swipe.
dreaming. And the 2 times this happened, I was on top of a building, and I said I'm gonna jump, and I'm like, I'm dreaming. I can't
Yeah.
die. I jump. I wake up.
Oh.
Second time, I jump in front of a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'm dreaming. Okay, and the third one is embarrassing. I don't want to say, but it's okay lah. I can say, right? The third one, I dreamt I was in my grandma's toilet and I had to pee, and I was like, hey, I'm dreaming. I'll just pee.
Especially this one dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Dangerous
because
what?
then when you wake up, you
You will
actually.
pee.
Oh my
Sounds like that.
god!
But in my head, I was telling myself,
Yeah.
I know I'm dreaming. So the fact that I'm aware I'm dreaming, that I thought was a bit unusual.
Yalah.
I don't know, yeah, but it happens to other people normally. But I mean, in the dream, I know I'm dreaming, and if I jump off the building, nothing will happen to me.
Yeah, but it's relevant. I mean, for me, I remember the dream. Is this agreement like macam alamak mimpi ni lagi? Swipe. I can change like
Okay, I
roller
can't
coaster,
relate to
something
this.
like that.
Right, okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's
What
never
kind
happened
of
to
dreams
me.
you guys are having?
Yeah, what kind of dreams are you guys having? I'm curious.
Korang
Yeah.
makan apa sih?
And the fact like you guys didn't even consult anyone. And I'm just like, if that happened to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to consult someone.
But I think you are that aware in the dreams that maybe bila when he sees the nenek or whatever, that is just a dream. Kau nenek je, like you're just a grandma, something like that. Then he wakes up. For me also it's the same. Like macam, okay, benda tu kat situ kan. In the dream, then next, then we'll just skip. So like that's when like the nightmares happen lah. I mean like for me
So
sometimes
you can have different scenarios at one time.
yeah.
So basically, you can
that's-
just skip, and then
that's
you're just like, okay, I
Yeah.
don't. this
Like for
is
me,
not-
I hate this dream. I keep dreaming of it like 7 times already. It's a fun house. Then inside there's a lot of clowns.
Ah.
They have to go through 3 floors. Alamak, nak kena naik tangga lagi, that kind of thing. Then okay, dia ni keluar, like you know. Then after you have to jump down.
Is there like a term to this? Like, is there like?
I just say it's lucid dreaming lah.
Okay.
Is you are travelling in your own dreams.
Oh my god, okay, I can relate to
Yeah.
this.
See, I learn something new every
Yeah.
time. Get more explanations. I've always wondered, right?
Oh my god, that's so scary. Okay guys, let's go for a short commercial break and we'll come back with more stories. times I'm hearing this story, 10 times I takut, okay? So, we just come about the stories about dreams and how dreams can really
Be clear.
yeah, and basically be a medium of the other world trying to communicate with us. So I guess the confusing part is when you know it is a dream and when it is not a dream, or if you're just imagining it or if you're not. Have you had this experience before, Adzfar, where you feel like you're dreaming but you just brush it off, but actually it is not?
Right. Okay. So I think just to tie back everything about dreams and all, I've heard the two theories. Perhaps it was even my mom who might have explained that it could be something supernatural trying to communicate. But the other, on the flip side, I've had a great number of people saying that it's just the brain releasing stress and tension of the day, and it's just playing out random images literally from various experiences. Could be. So either way, I mean, I just choose to always keep an open mind, and most importantly, right, just stay true to my faith, and I have my own personal relationship with God and stick very strongly to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I never think twice about it, never read into it. Just life moves on. It happened. You can't change the past. You can't control the future. You can only live in the present. And therefore 100% effort in the present. Okay. So anyway, so Hanan is so tired of hearing that.
If you guys
every time
realize I didn't ask much questions is because I am trying my best to relate to Adzfar's stories, and the stories are super amazing. Like the whole nightmare incidents that he had. If it was me personally, I wouldn't know how I would cope with it.
Yeah.
I will continuously have that thought in my mind because I'm an overthinker. So I will keep thinking that tonight I'm sleeping, I might probably dream the same thing again.
Exactly.
Like for a fact that he is still here, like he takes it normally and stuff like that. I'm shocked. And I'm really, really impressed by the stories that you shared with us. Like, really, it's amazing.
Thank you. I'm blessed to maybe, I guess, have the experiences. But like I say, end of the day, just in life, there's only so many things you can control. So things that happen to you, learn from the good,
Learn from it,
and learn from the bad as well, I would say. And always keep an open mind. Don't have so many prejudices in life.
These are for those people out there who actually constantly have nightmares, and you guys don't know how to cope with it. And like what Adzfar is sharing with us.
Yeah, don't worry.
I guess,
life.
like to a certain extent, it comes with people who can see and people who cannot see. There are times when people who cannot see have their own struggles in terms of understanding what is happening. And I guess it's not easy to understand something that you cannot really see.
Yeah.
So let's go down to business.
Yep.
What is your next story, Adzfar?
It's weird when you call me by my name. I don't care. It's just, she never does. It's always Oi. No.
Well.
So I think this story happened 2009, I think, and I think this really now confirmed like a lot of things, and probably my one real experience. So I was in school doing project. As usual, typical project is due. They give you 7 weeks, right? On week 7 then we start doing standard last minute. No one can be bothered.
Cuba
Every
sekarang.
time,
Exactly.
Cuba sekarang. Adzfar not like that, okay?
Ouch.
Yeah, because of you. Okay, no.
Okay.
This one not marriage counselling session. Okay. Storytelling. So typical last minute do project work, and of course one week or 7 days. When we start doing on day number 6, the day before is due. Okay, never mind. So everyone says, okay, we're going to gather at my friend's place. We will chiong, finish it, and then present it the next day. Chiong.
Also can lah. Anything can lah.
So my friend stays at Pasir Ris. Pasir Ris, yes.
Why Pasir Ris?
Pasir Ris. For those of you who stay there, I think near the MRT station there's a lake.
The pond,
Swamp.
Like
It's
a
called a
swamp.
swamp.
Fish pond.
Fish pond, like a big one, right?
No,
Body
it's
of
a
water.
swamp inside the Pasir Ris Park, right?
Tak, ni
Oh, no, not a park. This is near the MRT. It's
I
like
think where the
okay.
Arnolds there used to be Arnolds
perhaps,
there.
yeah. I'm not really a Pasir Ris person, but somewhere there
Actually,
lah.
Pasir Ris is also quite a lot of stories. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So her house is unique because the living room faces the pond, whatever there is, the body of water there. I remember this very clearly. So it's late night, Of course, we told ourselves, okay lah, by midnight, chop can finish. Typical lah, meet for group meeting, spend 3 hours first on YouTube and all that, then you start doing. So midnight obviously comes and
Who
goes.
were you with? Like how many girls?
Oh, there were about 4 of us in the group. 4 of us. I mean, the girl who stays at the house, and then 3 guys. Oh, actually only 1 girl and 3 guys, yeah. So all of us were there. We all had our own transport. So we either drove or rode motorbike there. Midnight came, of course, haven't finished, but we still, okay, coffee, we just whacked, we did. And then about 3 a.m, one of the guys said, I have to go back, I'm very tired, I cannot take it.
Okay.
So 2 guys left and the girl who stays there. And her whole family is already asleep.
Okay.
So she gives up at about 2 plus in the morning, 3. She's like, you know what, guys, I think we carry on in the morning, just touch up. But just, you know, whack and put whatever you can inside. Okay. So me and my other friend, 2 of us, we were still quite awake. So okay, we will push on. So we continue working till about like 3:30, 3:45, and then by then like really cannot even open your eyes like anymore, like done. Okay. So my friend knocks out first, and I say, okay, fine. So then I finish typing. My laptop screen is still on. I lie on the sofa. All the lights are off, but there's a soft glow from the laptop screen. Okay. And then I don't know how long after that, I suddenly woke up, and I'm sleeping on my side like this. Okay. And I open my eyes, and I see this person, this girl. It's my friend. So she's wearing a white nightgown. It's a nightgown.
Yeah.
But it's like macam, you know, I mean, it's like a...
Normal lah.
I'm awake. It's a person. It's my friend. She's standing over me using a handphone. So the handphone has a light, right? So I look up a bit and I can see a bit of her face lah.
Okay.
I mean, I know my friend very well.
Yeah.
And the moment I look up a bit, she turns around and then she walks away. And then she walks, I can hear her bracelet like cling, cling, cling. And then she goes to the room. And then the door...
She opens the door.
She opens the door, sorry. She opens the door. I hear the door open, but then I don't hear it close. So I just go back to sleep for like 30 seconds because I'm like, that's weird. Why was she standing over me? Never say anything. Then
She
I
was
look up,
standing over you?
Yeah. Just over me, standing up right over me, not looking at me on the phone. But her phone was over my head lah. I mean, like standing up right, so I'm flat there.
Yeah.
So after 30 seconds or a minute, I started feeling like macam the hair again on the back of my neck stand up.
Something was just...
Something's not right. Then I was like, that's weird. And why she never closed the door? So then I decided to get up. I put on I was wearing contact lenses. I look at the door, the doorway. It's like, you know, those older flats where it's just one corridor.
Yeah.
And the door to her room was closed. So I'm like,
But you didn't hear?
I didn't hear the door close. So that was strange, firstly. And I didn't think anything about it. I said, fine. So I tried to go back to sleep. 5 minutes, obviously, I keep thinking about it. I said, no lah, I don't know what's up with this. So I messaged her. I said, hey, were you just standing over me? Was there something wrong? Something you need? And then after like about a minute, the door opens and then my friend comes out. I don't remember what she was wearing. This is an important fact. I don't remember what she was wearing when she came out. She was like, then she turned on the living room like, hey, you guys okay? Then she's like, oh yeah, you were just here. You wanted something, is it? Then she looks at me. Oh, is that so? No lah, I just wanted to check whether you guys were still sleeping or were you dah balik ke belum? And I'm like, okay. I said, no, we are still here, but I think we should go lah. And that was already about 4 plus in the morning. They said, okay. So we packed up 2 of us. We said bye to her. Went back home. About 2 months, like a couple of months later, so this is after end of year exam, we are chilling at Simpang Bedok. Couple of months after this whole incident. And then we're just talking about random stories about past race or whatever. And then, of course, talk about ghost stories. And then I laughed. Standard, Simpang Bedok. Standard. So I then laugh and say, hey, oh my god, you know, I almost thought I saw a ghost that time, supernatural. Then I laugh. And then my friend, this girl, completely silent. Completely like silent and didn't say anything. And I stood there, I was like, okay, what's wrong? So I looked at her, hey, are you okay? Then she was like, yeah, okay, no, just just remembering the time that you were at my house lah, you know, doing project. And then I said, yeah, I remember I thought I saw a ghost, like, oh my god, but it was you. Then she kept quiet again. And I was like, okay, whoa, why you being so weird, man? This is not cool. And then she was like, okay, I need to tell you something, but don't freak out. I was like, alamak, ni lagi.
That's always a bad thing to say,
right? Like
guys.
the moment your friend says that.
Especially when you start, especially when Ahmad, okay, don't be scared.
Yeah,
okay?
especially Ahmad. Whenever Ahmad does that, me and Hanan block our ears.
No lah, but I will always be like, okay, let's do this. So
I already encountered enough already.
Yeah, so I can imagine the fear people have. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay guys, my 4 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
It's
Adzfar,
okay.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh yes. Oh man, that was interesting. I was listening. The Simbang story. Okay. Oh, yeah. So she said, don't freak out. And then I started remembering about my incident, the other story about my friend saying that. I said, alamak apa ni pula? She was like, okay, just to let you know, like, have you ever seen me wear a bracelet? I'm like, I can't remember. She's like, do you see any?
Yeah.
I was like, no. I said, I don't even wear a watch. I don't wear a bracelet.
Okay.
But yeah, just FYI, that night, that wasn't me. I was like, okay, I can feel it again. It's like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, but don't worry, relax. It's okay. She appears once a while. I'm like, what? Weird smell. Like, no, it's like very sweet, like baby powder-ish smell.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Me, I wouldn't freak out if I think that was my friend, you know.
Yeah.
But after a few months knowing that was not my friend,
I found out.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
what?
That wasn't my friend. So that was probably my first and only physical
Real life close
encounter. Which
So
I
what
only
is
knew
this?
later.
Basically, they are shapeshifters lah. But the thing is,
What is it?
what I know,
Penanggal
no,
or-
it's normal macam penunggu rumah.
Penunggu. Okay, sorry.
But the thing
Penanggal
is,
no.
Penanggal terus
yeah.
ada ni. But then what I know or what I've gathered about this thing is that if it takes the form of someone of the tuan rumah or someone who lives in the house, it's actually like danger really because they are not supposed to do that.
Oh.
It means like if they can have that power to do
Because
that.
in the first place they are not supposed to show themselves, right? But if they can copy you exactly with like rambut basah and all that, oh my god, that's something. I don't. Maybe there's a story behind that. Maybe the family knows. Your
I mean,
friends
the fact that
family,
your friend was cool about someone just being a doppelganger in the same house.
But it's normal, right? For her family,
Her family does experience. I mean, she shared some stories
I see,
before.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
not
guessing like
unusual
she
for
would
them.
have
They are used to
known,
it.
like third eye and stuff like that.
Yes.
They're used to it lah. She already knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not a dream. This is
Yeah.
This was like the first real.
Oh.
It's funny because I
okay.
only realized after months after it happened. No idea before that. I was a happy person, oblivious.
Even
knowledge
the-
is a curse. Once you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
Wait, I've got a
god.
question. So are you the only one who has this like ability to dream, or like, I don't know, your siblings ke?
I think my elder sister dreams and encounters quite a bit as well. For some reason, my elder sister and me, the two of us,
I see.
hers are a lot more intense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just remember. Okay, but talking about dreams, right? I do have a friend who actually attended this course. I don't know whether it's a course or some kind of program where you can actually study about dreams, get to know more about dreams, and they actually say that you can actually reach that state where you can lucid dream, like what you do, what we do, what we do, lucid
we do.
dreamers.
Right.
Okay, so
I have no
not
idea
everyone
about
can do
this.
that, but the fact that you are aware or you're in control of your dream, that's something different lah, something like a gift. So there's actually courses out there, and they say that is something that you wanna. I don't know whether it's achieve
Okay.
because
Understand.
understand because sometimes you want to control your dreams, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, kalau ada mimpi seram or what. So maybe you can check it out. I'm not so sure about that, but I do have a friend who told me about this. Yeah. So when I shared this kind of things, I thought it's normal,
Yeah.
but then sekali you are so indigo.
I have a question.
I doubt it though.
Is there any way that this can stop, or it's just a thing that you have in you that will just constantly have, you know?
I think there are people who can see
Yeah.
and there are people who cannot see.
Yeah.
But I think it also depends on the other creatures or other
Yeah.
species in the other realm. If they really like berkenalan with you, or if they really want to seek a connection, then I'm guessing like they'll do whatever it takes to like try to disturb you lah. Like
Disturb
in
lah.
this
Communicate.
sense,
It's actually not on
communicate.
you, it's actually on that thing.
Yeah, I feel.
Yes.
I mean, I guess.
But is there anything that you can do to yourself to stop this from happening?
That's our faith. I don't know.
Yeah,
We
I
just
think
keep.
it's fake.
Yeah, that is
lah.
something that
I
we need to
think.
find out as
Protection lah.
well. So I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really, really surprised by this. But anyway, guys, we'll go for a short commercial and we'll be back.
We wanted a private property because we saw firsthand like how my sister actually gained profits from her first EC lah. So from there we contacted agent Shahid for help. Our financial planning had to be adjusted a bit. We had to save more. Then subsequently we also realized even though there's the cooling measures, the property prices for the past 2 quarters actually steadily increase. So it's a balance between moving in at the right time but not rushing in. So that's when Agent Shahid actually helped us lah to find projects which are affordable to us but constantly update us so that we won't be missing out on these good opportunities lah.
We just had to plan properly because at that time we haven't been working for very long. So our CPF wasn't that much. So it was mostly our savings.
All our mid-year bonus, all our year-end bonus. We had to be disciplined lah. We cannot we cannot reward ourselves in shopping. We told ourselves, okay, for these first few years we make sacrifices. We just put all our bonuses to the down payment of the house.
He gave us a lot of updates about all the different projects that was launching, and he brought us around to some of them for us to take a look. He answered a lot of our questions. I think we had a lot of questions because this was our first house. So yeah, we didn't know much now. When we went to our first show flat, we asked a lot of questions. Then we were still undecided. Then we asked some more questions. Then he always said, take your time, think first. If anything, you can ask me anytime, or you can come and meet me anytime. So it's very inviting. Like you don't feel like you are pestering him.
He portrays values of a good Muslim, so it's someone that you can trust.
With proper planning, knowledge and family insights, I think owning a dream home of your choice is something possible. Because records have shown that private property prices are on the rise, and I think it's definitely a good investment and a good entry point for you to start investing in a private property for yourself, for your future, and also for your future generation. Because I feel that property, right, it can be an asset instead of a liability if you make the right choice and if you do a proper planning. So that's where inshallah I can assist and I come in to guide you.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Currap Project 10, and Adzfar was sharing with us earlier on his experience over at his friend's place, and some of you guys have left a comment below that we left the topic hanging. So right now Adzfar is going to continue his story.
Due to technical difficulties, certain parts of the show were stopped. Please.
Maybe it's just a ruse for me to repeat because so exciting, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I shall just start from that simpang conclusion where my friend was sharing the story. She said, and this was when we're talking about when she was standing over me in the house, and she looked at me. She was like, "Have you ever seen me wear a bracelet or a watch or anything?" And I'm like, I think I should know this answer question, my friend, but I'm like, I can't remember. Maybe not. She's like, I don't. And yeah, just FYI, yeah, that wasn't me. I was like, what do you mean it wasn't you? And the reason I asked is because it looked like her. I mean, the white gown, and I think that I was sharing that her hair was a bit wet, macam baru mandi, and she was using a phone, a real handphone with the light and all that. So I'm like very confused. And she explained that, oh no, it's just something that lives in my house that looks like me sometimes. Yeah, and he probably just wanted to get to know you better or just to examine lah. And I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's taking form of someone who's living. So what's it called again? Penunggu.
Penunggu lah basically.
Okay.
So I mean, like what I shared earlier, basically they are shapeshifters, but the fact that they can copy in detail whoever is in the house is something they're not supposed to do. Okay, it's actually wrong in the whole universal law lah basically. But if they can do that, I mean something is happening in the house.
Oh, my friend mentioned this before. She ever tell a story about in her house, whereby the penunggu looks exactly like her. You remember, right?
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
So she was saying that that person has long hair like her, looks like her, and then she's roaming the house like she's that person.
Yeah, because these things, we know they don't look as decent as how we know, okay? And they always envy human beings, us, because we are like higher beings, right? Higher creatures, right? So if they can exactly mimic as in detail as who we are, means it's something they have power lah. They
really are very powerful.
Yeah, because they can also gain their own ilmu, their own knowledge.
Yeah.
The higher they gain, the powerful they get. But this is black magic basically. Okay. It's sihir really lah.
Yeah.
Very wrong.
Okay.
Okay, I noticed, I'm sorry to say this, but I noticed that Ahmad have been a little bit uncomfortable this episode, like from the stories that Adzfar had shared. Uncomfortable because I feel like there's something that he knows but he's not telling us. Am I?
Okay. So okay, I can.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Should I stay here?
are you okay?
Is it my time to leave already? No? Okay.
Nope. You're still paid to say.
So I think just now when Adzfar was telling the story about the nenek, right?
Yeah.
The same nenek, because that's why I wanted to clarify what colour and all that.
Yep.
It's not really so bongkok. It's exactly this height, like this height. Okay, so because just now we have our behind the scenes, we have an office on top. Okay, so this
Wait, sorry, come again?
What are you pointing
we
at?
have that office. We have an office there.
Okay.
And it's dark. So just now on the window, someone was moving. Then when Adzfar said, the one that your friend said, oh, it's just behind the ledge, right?
Yeah.
So the other special guest made an appearance at the back. That's what I was asking. I was trying to ask him.
Is it still there?
No more.
So it was there while
It was
he
there
was
just
saying.
now, yeah. Because these things, they can appear when you sebut or when you say, it will just ting, because you're talking about it, right? So it was kind of like you said, a bit brownish, then like the baju opa kind of thing, then batik.
I'm trying to keep a straight face now. Okay.
Can you imagine me?
And it's
every
not
other
so
week?
old actually. It's not so old. Yeah, it's not really that old. So something at the back lah. So that's one thing. Then I think whatever that Adzfar experienced in his dreams, I don't think those are really dreams lah. Basically, I think those are recollections of maybe it's an ability, a gift that you cannot see like the third eye face to face, but you're actually experiencing it. Macam like Hanan said lah, maybe God wants you to see it, but maybe because of your faith, these things can't get really close. There's a protection kind of thing, barrier, but it's not really a dream lah. Because sometimes when we are sleeping, we are actually traveling, right? And then we come back.
Okay.
So it may be because of that, because it was kind of extreme, yeah. It's
And
really
for you to remember after all these years.
I had no idea, but it was very vivid. Yeah.
It's very, very, very vivid.
Like he can remember
Where was I
everything.
then? It's like, was it a memory or was it a place current? It felt like a memory, like I'm back in time.
Oh, no.
The soccer field and all that.
No, you are really there, at that place.
Okay.
It's just somewhere. Okay, but last time I used to dream. Okay, this is not a scary story lah, basically, but I used to dream of this place. There's two buildings, flats. In the middle, there's a structure or sculpture of a, vase pouring down something. It's just a sculpture lah. So I didn't have any clue where this is or what. So I was like, in the dream I was driving past. Then I said, wah, ada dua building ini. Sekali tu, like a few weeks later, I was passing by this area. This was at Bedok Reservoir. Okay, Bedok Reservoir, Bottle Tree Park, opposite McDonald's. Exactly the same flats, the same vase.
Yeah.
I was like, bukan something like deja vu, but this was from my dream, Then it actually exists. So sometimes I've also dreamed of places where I've never been, but then it exists in the world, but you will go there in the future.
Right, okay.
Something like that. I think you can relate
Okay,
somehow.
that explains, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the few theories that we have lah,
yeah, of course.
based
we have
on
other
the
theories
kind
out
of
there.
experiences that
Yes.
people have.
But
But
how do you know it was the same as in my dream from 14 years ago?
Sorry?
How do you know that it was the same thing from 14 years ago? It might.
Oh, this thing, this nini.
Ah,
Yeah, of course it's the okay.
crush of her way.
Because of her. Okay, one thing when you told me just now about the soccer field with people and all that looking at you, I also bulu rumah tonight because I can see the people looking at me lah.
Right now, you mean?
No, just now when
No,
he said
just
it.
now.
Okay.
So it was so clear. It's as if I was Adzfar.
Yeah.
It's like
That's why I was saying, shit, he's also bulu rumah tonight. Since I can see.
You can see, right?
Yeah.
It went up.
It was
like
like so
both of
crazy.
you feeling it.
Yeah, I was like macam bulu rumah kat belakang was
And
like
do you feel
really.
anything?
No,
Same.
thank God.
So
The soccer pitch.
and a
right?
bit
Yeah,
panas
that was-
lah. I feel a bit panas right now.
That's why I'm like that. I'm trying my best to relate, but I'm like, because I've never been in that situation.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, I'm leaving it to Ahmad. Because I
Yeah.
really don't know how it feels like to be in
Yeah.
that position.
And talking about really creepy places, a few days back or last week, okay, actually me and Syed, we just went on a random
Oh my God.
adventure lah. Orang kata kan, like explore. We went live on IG
I
live.
don't want to go there.
Okay, then I don't know what happened because I didn't expect anything. Okay, I thought it was just gonna be another boring adventure. Biasa kadang tak semestinya.
Okay,
right?
on that night,
Yeah.
it felt like it wasn't even. Okay, when we went on that night, it was Friday the 13th.
Okay.
So it was the Ghost Month Festival as
Also,
well,
yeah.
Hungry Ghost Month Festival, and the whole vibe felt very off. And I was sitting at the front, and I felt like I shouldn't have. Actually, I did told Ahmad, I was like, you know what, I want to change. Like, can we swap? And after I was like, you know what, never mind lah. Something just told me just sit at the front. Oh my god, Hanan, like it was. I told myself to never.
I had to check in on them because I
told myself to never go on an adventure again, but I have to again, of course, for you guys. But then it was crazy. Okay, maybe Ahmad want to start off with. It
was so crazy. So initially, you guys who joined, thank you so much for the IG live.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to disclose the location that we want to go first. Actually, we didn't have any plans one.
Yeah, it was super last minute. Me and Ahmad planned this at 8:30 and then we just like, okay,
so we had a friend, one of our makeup artist friend, okay, Nadir. He also sometimes explores and all that lah. So he brought us to this place. So it was CDA, belakang CDA, Civil Defence Academy.
Just right behind CDA, you know the old Kubo.
The old Kubo, Pusara Abadi.
I was there for my training. I was there for 6 months.
I'm in SCDF as well, so I was there as well. And that place is really, I didn't know it was that bad.
It is.
Yeah. And I think I've shared my previous episode, one of the episodes where I actually went there, episode 1. Where I actually saw something that crawled, remember?
Oh, that one.
You know, on that night, we went on the exact same place.
Location, exact spot.
Exact same spot and exact location.
And he showed me literally the place where his friend went to the toilet. It was so crazy. It's not really...
And you know what's the best thing? When we got there, we just went in there. We all felt like, you know what? We didn't felt like we were welcome.
Which is exactly what you felt the last time.
Yeah. But that night was so crazy.
It was so dark lah.
Yeah, and it wasn't only me. It was Ahmad, it was everyone who felt that way. It just felt like...
Did you see why that person stopped flashing?
Okay,
haven't yet.
Later. So we went in there, it was so dark, okay? It was so dark. So this guy, Nadir, our friend, said it's actually kind of risky lah to go there because he went there a lot of times. He had friends who couldn't get out because they were stuck or trapped in another alam, another realm. And there's one time where they sat in a circle, they saw a white thing passing by. Then walking towards them, then just fly by them. That kind of thing. So we just went in. It's exactly opposite DB, the detention barracks.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really creepy lah. Personally for me also, this is my first time feeling this thing. I want to go out, but then he said no. It's
there's
very
a lot
risky to
of
go out.
no. Actually, at first we wanted to go out, but then he said due safety wise because there's a lot of babi hutan there.
Wild boars.
Wild boars. So we were like, okay, you know what? Let's just sit in the car lah. Yeah, and then then they even said that there were people who actually went there for like this kind of adventurous things. The car actually goes round and round, and they actually end up back at the same place.
Yeah.
It's like you can go rounds and then you still end up in the same location.
It's really the very, very old lots of for the Muslim cemetery lah. Okay. So when we were there, so we just went in there. Suddenly the vibe just wasn't right lah. Suddenly, so I said, so when they said there's a lot of wild boars, then a wild boar ran at the side, quite far lah. Then I said, wow, this one like night safari ah. So we wind down the windows.
He said night safari.
Like night safari. Sekali bila kita like really night safari ah. From the left. Someone like flash spotlight, like really.
Okay, guys. So I was sitting at the front.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a car. Okay, there was a car parked right in front. There was a shelter, but I didn't want to say anything. I was like, okay, maybe there's orang yang jaga tempat tu or whatsoever, you know. So I just kept quiet. I didn't tell them there was a car. But the next minute, when he said after, macam night safari someone just started flashing lights.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just. On off from a distance, you know.
And you captured it.
It was on IG Live.
I turned the camera immediately. I was like, okay, I need to capture this. Even though I was freaking out inside, I was like, you know what, I need to capture this. So it was like just blinking inside, and I looked.
It's very close. It's just like there.
Yeah, it was just.
It's huge. The light was just like.
Was
so there was a
bright.
car lah. There was a car at the end, but then this light was from a torch, I think, spotlight. So it was like flashing. So. Common sense, it might be SOS, people asking for help. But at the same time, it might be a trap, right? So okay, we said okay, just jalan-jalan je. Suddenly, so
I was telling them, you know what?
Jalan je.
Press the bloody
just pump
car right now. Pump and just go off. I don't even want to look back. I don't want to look left. I don't want to look anywhere. Just move.
Yeah.
But then they said that maybe this can be a call out of help.
Yeah.
You know,
so our friend just suddenly came out to just check it out. So he went to check out. Then we were just, what the heck is happening and all that. Suddenly he came back. Okay. I don't know whether he realized or not. He was walking, so there was only light from the headlights. Okay, suddenly the headlights of the car open, switch on.
So what I saw was that at that point of time, I told myself to roll down the window. I didn't want to roll down the window because I was afraid for this guy who went there because he went there alone. I was like, can you imagine if he doesn't come back?
Yeah.
You know, or something happens to him. So I
Any one
just-
of you can drive?
I can drive lah.
Yeah, Ahmad
Okay.
can, but he, yeah.
Tak guna, okay.
Tak guna lah.
So basically, I put the window down, and I just looked at him. I tried to put my head out a little bit to just see, where is he. So when he was walking back, I looked at Ahmad already. Ahmad, I really cannot do this. This is so bad. Everything was captured during live.
Yeah.
So when he was walking, there was another man right behind him,
Yeah.
quite a big sized man,
Yeah.
walking, and I literally saw him like carrying something. It looked like he was carrying something.
Yeah.
So the next day when I rolled down the window, I was the only one who rolled down my window. The rest
Yeah.
of them, their windows were up.
Yeah.
So I was like, ni imagine if tangan keluar, imagination went wild already lah, of course.
Yeah.
And then after that, the next day I heard him saying was jalan, jalan,
Cepat,
jalan,
cepat,
jalan, cepat, jalan, jalan, something like that. I was panicking, I was like, what's
and that guy
going
was
on?
like walking to us towards us.
And he was walking right behind him. And like there
He
was
didn't
the headlight of
Headlight
the
was
car
like shiny.
was shining. It looked like it was some
silhouette lah.
scary movie thing.
Yeah.
And it was just a guy walking and then like
Suddenly it turned
shadow.
out, I wasn't really scared about like hantu or what. Now I'm scared about the safety
It
of
became
us.
a thriller.
Suddenly I was imagining the guy from behind like carrying an axe or whatever. Then suddenly, a horror story. So we
Yeah.
just went on. So this guy, our friend, told us that what he saw, this couple, a man and a woman, there's a very big pig's head in the middle of candles.
Oh my god,
Candles in a circle.
I didn't know what to.
It was
I
in the
didn't know
dark.
what to react, really.
Then he said there was only these two people lah. Suddenly the headlights went on, right? Nobody was in the car, but he doesn't know what made the headlights switch on. Nobody was in the car really.
Basically, there was only 2 persons.
Only 2% outside.
But then how did the headlight on?
Yeah, so there's a
Like-
babi lah, kepala babi there.
What were
There
they
was a
doing
pig
with
head.
the pig
I
head?
don't know. Then it's full of blood, right? Full of blood.
Okay, so basically this is what he said. He said he got there, and then he saw a lady and a guy, both just
Couple lah,
couple down there. But there was no third person or anything, just
Yeah.
the both of them. There was a pig head but slaughtered, and there was like blood everywhere,
blood,
and it
and
was right in
candles.
front of one of the person's tombstone or something like that.
Yeah.
So that it looked like there was some ritual going on. I don't know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on. And he came back and he was inside the car, was telling us all the stories.
It was
and
like trembling and all that lah.
I really felt like something wasn't right,
Yeah.
that night. And then
It was less than 15 minutes.
we got there, we
But I
got there,
don't
guys,
know.
and we didn't even last for 15 minutes.
It's a Muslim cemetery.
It's towards the end. It's already the Christian or
Chinese.
Chinese.
Okay,
yeah.
Christian,
okay,
Christian,
okay,
So
okay.
Christian
but still, it's
cemetery.
respected grounds, right? So
Yeah.
we our theories, we had going back, we had a lot of theories. Sekali dia gini ke,
Yeah.
maybe like want to find 4D lah, number lah, hungry ghosts.
A lot of things.
It might be satanic ritual,
Okay.
Illuminati lah, whatever. So we don't know what do you guys think? But we posted on TikTok. So amazingly, we had a lot of
It went viral. It
traction
literally
on,
went viral.
on
yeah.
TikTok. 77.7k, and a lot of you out there, commented. It's actually quite common.
I forgot we're still filming.
Yeah.
So into the story.
So they saw this thing is quite common, right?
Yeah, it's
Some
quite
saw-
common. Some of them has met these people.
Yeah,
down
these
there
people the same
who
thing, and
actually
it went
do
on
this kind of
Facebook
ritual.
also, on newspaper.
Yeah.
Like orang yang jaga kubur suruh halau dorang, tangkap dorang, like took a picture
To
of them.
stop them from doing such
And
things.
they ever like shoot away some people and saying that we are doing a ritual for the
Yeah.
dead,
Which is so scary.
Yeah.
Like literally.
which I feel is necromancy. Necromancy basically doing sihir through the dead lah.
Oh, wow.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't end there, guys.
Oh
We went
my
to
God.
3 different locations on that night. The first one was
That
and second one was
second was Nyotiu, but Nyotiu wasn't nothing much.
Mandai. That one
Mandai was crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one I freaked out even.
Yeah.
I got because the first experience for me was already so bad. So and then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna push myself for the second location, which was the Mandai one. When we got there, it's actually just a place at the side of the road. It was just cemeteries inside. But when you actually we went in that place twice.
Yeah, the
so
first time
the
was
first
crazy.
time we went in, I was really
But
pulling
we
shirt.
went on IG Live, right, the first time.
We went on IG Live. We went in like recce first.
Yeah.
So when we went in, we felt like everything was looking at us.
Yes, so strong. It was
The-
crowded actually,
It was crowded.
was
and the
crowded lah.
energy just
full of fog.
Yeah.
So like if you know there's fog around, there's a lot of
And you know what's the
presence.
best part? It's so close to the main road that when you actually step inside, it gets pitch dark.
Suddenly pitch dark.
You know?
And these tombstones, this cemetery is unnamed Muslim cemetery lah. Tak ada
Yeah.
nama, tak ada date, tak tahu. But our friend said it's like 124 years old cemeteries. So there were 2 portals there. Not really like pintu, not really doors, but a group
Realm.
of trees, realm. They say if you walk past it at a certain timing, you masuk alam bunian lah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
There's like
there
a
were two.
portal which you can actually see when you get in, which there's like a way.
There's a swing, right? There's a swing also on
Yeah,
the tree.
which is the Alam Bunyan.
And this swing, it looks like it wasn't being made by a human being. There's like crystals, there's like
Are
It's
you
very, like,
serious?
beautiful lah.
If you went, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I freaked out.
Oh
Like
my
I don't
God.
even want to
Wow.
go there
Yes.
anymore.
Then we saw something on the tree lah.
I would rather go to okay, honestly, the one that we had at
Adzfar is like, I'ma check
How
out
come no
from
commercial
there.
break ni?
okay, honestly, the one that I went to the Kita Pergi Pusaraman, right, I feel like that was
Somebody-
more of like a thriller.
Thriller.
You know,
This
that
is more of
felt
the
like
hantu one.
The one the Manda was completely about just horror lah.
feeling of
The
it.
feeling
Feeling of horror.
it was very, very, very bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
So, but we saw something on the tree.
Okay, so what I did
Uh,
was that they already
saw lah.
They
So I
already
told
saw.
him.
But then I told myself I didn't want to look, I didn't want to see. But you know what? For the sake of the life, I actually looked at it. And then when I turned the camera, babe, I zoomed in. So when I zoomed in, there was like
So a lot of people were asking. What we asked
Yeah.
them, what do you think it is lah? So it's actually kain kapan.
I don't want to say lah. That one not my story to share. lah.
Syed tak suka benda tu. So it's actually gula-gula stuck on a tree, but it's laid down. I feel what my thingy is telling me is that it's not really full white. It's half muddy brownish,
Yeah.
Right.
white. Then dah tak ada benda dia kat dalam.
It's
So I
just
think
the
isi dia
claw.
dah lompat keluar. I don't know go
Yeah.
where. It's just bekas.
It's
you know,
just
like
the claw.
You know, like snake, they shed skin, right? This is just the claw. But it's just seated there.
Oh my god.
Terus kita jalan-jalan.
Like literally the kubo, and then the best part, the kubo, the cemeteries down there are so berpecah, you know.
Berpecah.
Like everything is just
'Cause
scattered
it is
everywhere.
quite old, right?
And we were so careful with the way how we walk. We
Yeah.
didn't want to disrespect them, you know. And please, guys, don't visit this place if you can. Yeah, literally don't go. Anything can happen because the place is really very rabak, and like everything is just scattered everywhere lah. You just felt, and then the second time when we went in, it felt a bit more better.
Like
it
it didn't
felt
know us
slightly
already.
better.
I
But then-
think all these expeditions and stuff like that is just a way to share with us that actually these things happen and these things are all around us. We just have to be very careful. So with that, we are coming to the end of episode 10. But I have to address to you guys who mention like all these things that we have created, like short clips, IGTV, TikToks and stuff like that. A lot of you have been asking me if this is actually true. And I dare say, from the bottom of my heart, nothing on Karat Project has ever been falsified.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything that has happened is really genuinely encounters of
Yeah,
what we had.
because first we do it
Yeah.
live, you guys. So we have no way in trying to edit it or make it look like it's fake.
And
or
I think from the
whatsoever.
IG live last week, we
Yeah,
did,
and which
people
is the good
finally-
thing. We went IG live, so you
Yeah.
guys can see it for yourself. You know that it's not edited.
Yeah, none of the things that happened on this set we have ever falsified. Or, as in, we did mention if we have like props, you know, or we have people dressed up in particular outfits and stuff like that. We've always mentioned it to you guys. But when there are times where we say like, hey, these are our encounters, then really, really from the bottom of our hearts, those are genuine instances. Thank you so much
Thank
to
you so much,
Adzfar
Adzfar.
Yeah, thank you so
for
much.
coming
Yeah.
down all the way
I think I
and
spoke
sharing
the last
with
20
us.
minutes, but okay.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I enjoyed
No.
your story.
Yeah,
I really love
exactly.
Adzfar's story. And
Yeah.
all
And
the-
we would like to gift you a handy pack for you.
Yay!
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so
Was this the one I
much.
packed for myself just now? No. Thank you.
So since we've come to episode 10, okay, stay tuned for more episodes. We are actually coming towards the end of the season, okay?
Yeah.
So really stay tuned and watch, because after tonight's episode, we are really going in depth.
It's gonna get real.
Okay, we are not really going to tell you what is going to happen,
Yeah.
but look forward to the next episode, lah, inshallah.
Yes, I think we have experienced a lot of things here at this place. I just want to take this time to really thank all the
Yes.
production team, everyone who has supported us and have been with us during this set, and of course Gasto Showroom for being such a huge support in this
Yeah.
Yes.
show. And I'm really looking forward for what's to come, because it really, really dives down to the whole faith lah, whether you guys are there enough to be part of it.
Alright. So thank you so much to our main partners. Thank you so much for all your support. Without you guys, Current Project won't be possible. Especially to Gasto Showroom, as Hanan mentioned, for giving us all your support. Gasto Showroom provides car rentals, motorbikes. Okay, you can get yours at Gasto Showroom. We also have MFB, Mighty Fine Bros. If you need any live stream services,
Thank you
media
guys.
services, thank you so much. They are our team behind the scenes. Again, without them, it's not going to be possible for Current Project. Okay, we have Agent Shahid. Okay, sponsors, thank you so much for being our sponsor. If you need any help in terms of real estate, Agent Syed is the one to go to. We have Haelarix Studio, okay, for diffuser, Kirona scent, your essential oils, okay, everything you can customize with the Haelarix Studio. Royal Fragrances, hand sanitizer, the Oud Agarbati, perfume, water perfume. I know you guys love it so much. Do visit them at their 2 outlets, okay, in Bugis. We have Cupinc SG as usual. If you need to come, I think we need.
Yeah, I think we need to go and do
No
this.
stress, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, go to Cupinc SG, go to Landmark. We have Lulu Beaute SG. Thank you so much for your 5th Floor trial pack for your health pula, hair
And beauty.
Hair serum,
products.
hair tonic,
Right?
yeah, whatever.
Okay. Follow them on Instagram. Okay, Zarina Begum. Thank you so much for your
That
taste.
is the highlight of Karak, by the way.
Okay,
One
highlight
the
of Karak. And of course, another highlight of Karak is our Pezzo.
Pezzo.
Every week for providing us food, dinner. Thank you so much, Lulu
Amazing.
We
Beaute.
enjoy it. We enjoy
Your Mao
Pezzo.
Shan Wang and your match and make pizzas. Thank you so much. We have the Crush Theory. Crush Theory provides customized sandals, slippers, and of course pouches for you. And last but not least, thank you to the supporters, Madbuff, okay, Daging Harimau Menangis, and Quofic.
And okay, so any last words from our last guest?
What, last words already?
Yeah.
Last words
Last
Wait.
one macam nak.
No,
Yeah,
last
some-
guest.
something going to happen to me
for
or-
this, yeah.
For this episode,
For this
guys.
episode, yeah.
Key takeaway, you know, for someone who don't think I can see and all that, but yeah, I have an open mind, and you know, all this, expand your horizons, your circle of friends, and talk to people who, you know, who have been able to see and experience, and you'll be surprised at what you learn, lah.
Yeah.
So
With that, I would like to say thank you and bye-bye to episode 10 of Karak Project. Bye!
Bye, see you.